So I saw this guy on here making this cheeseburger baklava, and I really wanted to make it. It looks so good. So I was trying to figure out what I could make it with what I had, and my ingredients were leading me down like a spinach pie, lamb, Greeky type of vibe. So anyway, I had oregano, I had dill, which I normally put in spinach pie. Then I had this one random roasted red pepper, feta. I zested a lemon, onion, and garlic. I don't usually use cilantro in spinach pie, but I decided to do it, and then I had to add cumin because they just go together. And then I added this other solid goat cheese because feta doesn't really melt. I had a package of ground lamb, so I browned that up. And then I went ahead and strained that because you're really trying to avoid having way too much moisture here. I'm not going to put an egg in it like I normally do with spinach pie, even though I guess I could have. But anyway, I didn't. So sauteed up this onion, let it get super soft, and then I added the spinach. This is like one of those long containers of spinach that I use about half of it because spinach wilts down to nothing. Could use frozen spinach. I didn't have any. But just make sure you squeeze it out in a towel to get the water out if you do that. And then I took it off the heat after the spinach and onions were done, and then added all the other stuff, the lemon zest, the cilantro, and the seasonings, and then the chopped roasted red pepper. Then you're going to add the lamb back in here. I chopped this up a bit when I was mixing to make sure like the pieces were bite size. Mix in the feta. I could have at this point, which he did, was mix in his melty cheese. But anyway, I didn't do that. Maybe next time. I didn't have a ton of phyllo left from my last recipe. So I cut the pieces in half. And then I made this in this is a maybe an 8-inch square dish. Anyway, you want to butter the dish. This is really important. And then put the phyllo in, and I put the butter between the layers. And then I had maybe about, I don't know, 5 or 6 layers in between. After you get a pretty thick layer on the bottom, you want to dump your filling in and spread it out. This wasn't like steaming hot by this point. And then I added the cheese on top here. But like I said, I could have mixed it in and it probably would have stuck together even better. But anyway, lessons learned. It was still good. So then you're going to do the top layer, same thing again, just butter between, put it on. And then I use this bench scraper to just shove the sides down so that the sides sticking up won't get like super, they would be like knife sharp. Anyway, butter the top very liberally. You could use some olive oil in this too. I only had black sesame seeds, so black sesame seeds is what we're getting, even though I guess mine isn't a burger. And there it is. I baked it at 400 degrees for like maybe like half an hour. His was super brown, and I'm thinking maybe I could have left it in the oven for longer. But anyway, it was so good, and I had to stop myself from eating the whole thing.